Ebi, it's great to have you on the show today. And maybe we should start, first of all, by hearing your thoughts on the Unilever numbers and the impact that we saw on the stock price. We saw those numbers pretty flat, PBT, PAT, generally flat, just over 2 billion naira. Well, how did the market react to this?
Yeah, good afternoon, Wole. The market reacted positively to the Unilever results, though the numbers are not so significant, the difference, yet the market responded very positively. Unilever traded 1.69 million shares today and gained the maximum possible, 5%, gaining 1 naira 7 kobo to close at 34 naira 7 kobo.
All right, so clearly the market liking those numbers, at least for now. But what about Union Bank? We saw them release their Q1 numbers and pretty strong if you looked at the base. And of course, after we saw the full year numbers, very disappointing with a huge loss there. How did the market react to the Q1 numbers?
Yeah, the market's position about Union Bank is, how would I put it, still waiting. The market is still waiting for the second quarter result, which is the half year. And the market had reacted sometime this month to the positive news of the end of the transition management in Union Bank.
Right.
And was expecting, of course, some good results, but half year. So the market is yet waiting for Union Bank to come up with the details about the transition management end of tenure and the half year results.
And what we're hearing from Union Bank itself is that those numbers possibly will be out next week, so hopefully the market won't have to wait too long. But of course, there's a lot of news around Union Bank. It was one of the banks rescued by the central bank in 2009. It's now recapitalized. Union Global Partners and new core shareholders. And of course, there's a lot of change coming with the change in the management. But generally, what's the sense or sentiment for Union Bank on the trading floor?
Union Bank has always had loyalty. Remember those days when you had just 3 big banks, Union Bank was always one of them.
Right.
The loyalty still remains. And the price is encouraging, but people have been beaten to a point they want to see and be sure before they take positions. Certainly, everybody is watching Union Bank. Right. Once the half-year results come out and they are as encouraging as the first quarter, I bet you Union Bank will move.
And what are your expectations for the broader market for next week? Clearly, this week, the market had a lot to deal with the MPC decision and the impact that has for fixed income markets, and we'll be talking about that later on the show. But your thoughts on how the market will play into next week, given what has happened this week with the MPC?
Yeah, next week, we are very positive that the market will advance. One, the MPC decisions, which ended up tightening liquidity, will be whittling down gradually. Those shocks, those who should take it have taken it. And we're expecting the month-end effect next week as well. Most of the companies that have released their results are quite fine. The results are good. A lot has been done about tightening costs, and the fundamentals look good. So we are looking forward to a better next week, yeah.
And of course, we still have quite a few bank results to get through. But let's move to the cement sector. The likes of Lafarge, Dangote Cement are still expected to release numbers. How are you reading that sector? We've seen a lot of volatility in Dangote Cement's share price recently. But looking at the cement space in particular, what are your broad expectations?
The expectations about the cement sector are also very positive. Dangote Cement, for instance, today led the gainers charts, gained 4 naira to close at 120 naira. And then Ashaka Cement, CCNN, WAPCO, Lafarge WAPCO, all of them are on the list of investors.
All right, Ebi, I know you've been in the market for a while. Maybe I should ask you your perspective of the impact of big competitions like the World Cup. Of course, we have the Olympics going on now. Do you think this has any bearing at all on how investors trade these days?
I can't comment on that. I haven't really looked into that. But for what we saw this week, we know the factors, the tightening liquidity and then the increase in yields in the fixed income securities.
Clearly,
we know
it's more a discussion around the fundamentals of the market, of course, market conditions. Yeah. Thanks so much, Ebi, for joining us. Ebi Fumudoh, CEO at TFS Securities and Investment, giving us a perspective on the Nigerian market.